Welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to show you the pros and cons of using ChatGPT, which is my personal experience utilizing ChatGPT for coding, for data analysis, and also for the daily Q&A. On the pro side, first of all, it can be the inspiration and idea generation source. It can serve to do the brainstorming, help to structure and generate ideas. Then it now can interact with external resources, like it can link to the search engine and to enhance the information retrieval. Then it now can provide more options of customization and also the query mechanism. First of all, it can let you customize GPT to limit the scope of the GPT to feed a different reference document to make it more task specific. And by default, the fine-tuning process of the output can always include the prompt engineering. I think now is a very important uh, topic that we can explore. About the cons, I really would suggest you to pay attention to. First of all, there is a usage limit. Of course, when you use the ChatGPT 4 model, at a certain point, it will tell you, okay, now you reach the limit. You need to downgrade to 3.5 model and wait again for the limit to be restored. So this can be sometimes very inconvenient because when you reach to a certain step of the project, of the Q&A sequence, suddenly you lose the capability of GPT-4. You need to use 3.5. It may deviate from your original designed trajectory of Q&A. There is also a hidden computational limits. I really would invite you to pay attention to this because as sometimes when you ask a very complicated question or you would expect more robust output, more comprehensive output, when you hit the computational limits, the answers will be very simple, very generic, and it seems like a protective mechanism of the GPT. So this is just my understanding. Then, based on all these kind of limits, I think the recursive improvement challenge is also a result of different limits, like usage limits and also hidden computational limits. Because uh, eventually, when you repeatedly ask a question to improve a part of HTML code, actually sometimes GPT does not improve at all because its knowledge is limited at some point. For example, when I want to modify a specific line of the code, I want to, for example, improve the aestheticity, the display of the HTML, it cannot do it. So in the future, if I have the chance to show you some demos, it will help you understand my point. But for now, really pay attention to this. Sometimes we ask a question again and again, it may not get better answers. And furthermore, outdated information, it actually relies on the training data a lot. So if the training data is outdated, you cannot expect the large language model to get updated information, but you can improve the response from the GPT utilizing the updated data to feed in the data sets and so on to actually get better results. Okay, but still be careful about the information generated from the large language model, especially when you ask the question without feeding additional information. Uh, there is also additional personalized GPT limitations. For example, when you utilize a GPT, like one of the GPT I created, to ask the GPT to focus on the GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation in European Union, ask it to focus on that law and generate answers based on that law. I uploaded to my GPT. I created this GPT and also write a objective statement. Um, Sometimes it will refer to the document I uploaded. Sometimes it will ignore it and it give me the generic response directly. So I really recommend you to pay attention to this personalized GPT limitation because the answers are not always linked to your document. When you see that sign of a query your uploaded documents, that is the time when you have the results referencing the documents you uploaded. And at that moment, I think you can have a GPT that really uh, utilizing the material that you uploaded. Apart from that, really pay attention. Sometimes it only gets to its own training data and give you the prediction of the words as it likes. Finally, I would like to give you some recommendations. First of all, if you are not familiarized with different strategies of improving the output of the large language model, use multiple online offline models to improve the solution to a problem. For example, when I did some complicated coding, I would do the process like below. First of all, I ask ChatGPT, then I go to the Hugging Chat, and then I can also ask the Llama 2 uh, online version, and now we can even use Grok. Okay, so by interchanging to different models, you can improve the answer because their training data may be different, so you can get more insight. And sometimes, hopefully, you can fix complicated bugs. But that is really a rare case. Uh, Apart from this, you can try the RAG strategy. I think now it's very popular because like LangChain is designed for the RAG strategy. It will improve the prompt and also the information retrieval mechanism. I call it a query mechanism here, maybe not a very scientific term, but eventually the RAG mechanism is the main goal is to get a more robust response output. So in the next videos, I think I'm going to explore, especially on the RAG part, to share with you some of the journey I just made. But like the right hand side, this is the project I'm going to show you in the upcoming videos. Actually, I want the large language model to intake the document description of LangChain and also the local LM Studio code format to help me guide me through the creation of LangChain strategy, which is to implement a RAG strategy on local environment. So far, I can tell you, based on all these uh, cons, okay, the defects of the GPT and also the other language models, uh, all the models actually direct me to another solution. It's similar to the LangChain, but it guides me through uh, a journey to actually utilize the local data and the document I have and to improve my prompt and feed it to the local large language model and get a response. So just to keep it quick, I show you this is basically the debug report. It actually shows you the steps of uh, the, the quasi LangChain workflow. It's not LangChain. It's how the large language model guide me to a workflow similar to LangChain. Basically, the code, the final code, first of all, utilize the data frame that I already have in place, and also the PDF. have in place and stored them into documents. Okay. Uh, Basically, the first saved documents is about the legislation. The second one is about the dataset. Okay, the dataset actually transformed to the TXT format for easy processing. And we got the embedding store. The embeddings are stored based on the information we provide. Okay, and we feed the query to a large language model. So here you see the query is only the query I designed to prompt to the system. The actual query to the system, to a large language model, is more complicated like this because it also retrieves from the uh, two embedding stored in the system uh, to get the most relevant information from the law and from the dataset I provide to the query, feed to the large language model, and get the below response. Uh, to be honest, when I get this response just 30 minutes ago, it is actually improved version from my previous results. So basically, next time when I share this project in detail with you, I'm going to share also different tests I had and some mistakes I made. But this eventual response I get is, I think I would grade it as 6 to 7 points out of 10 because first of all, it is not a very robust RAG mechanism I would expect. Second of all, this code structure and also the embeddings I created are not so robust. I'm going to share with you some of the defects of the project and also this result. You can feel free to replicate it and to try it. Okay, so basically today, just a quick wrap up. Whenever you use large language model for coding for different tasks, always pay attention to its downside. And now we have different models coming out like every week or even every day. Always pay attention to check it if it is suitable for your use case and try different strategy to improve the output to get your desired result. Just one last thing I want to remind you is that this HTML file you see on the left hand side is actually the result of this code here is called GPT summary. Here, actually, this summary is generated by ChatGPT. Uh, I mean, for this task, it's quite easy. I just ask ChatGPT to make my ideas, the information I want to share with you, into a nice out nice displayed format in HTML. Actually, it did a good job. I think you can also try this. Okay, if you do not want to use PPT, if you want to use PPT or the Google Slides, is another story. Okay, so I wish you like the information I share with you, and I wish you enjoy utilizing large language model. And feel free to make any comment, discuss anything with me. If you like the video, give a thumb up and subscribe. Looking forward to share with you another project in the future. And thank you. Bye bye.